Good morning, everybody. This is DearMamaSal, and it is 2 degrees here in southern British Columbia, which would make it 36 in American, and I've got my winter coat on. At last, I pulled it out of the cupboard and went, enough. Now, I meant to wash it this weekend, but I didn't. One of the things I love about this coat is it's filled with down, and it means that I can throw it in the washing machine, and then I just put it in with a couple of things to fluff the down out. You know, if you've got those dryer balls or whatever, you can throw those in, and it comes up like new. And it's one of the advantages of buying down. And I was thinking about the cost. It would have cost me every year to have my coat dry cleaned or whatever. I just go, no, I'm really glad I paid a little bit of extra money and got a down coat. And of course it's snug as a bug in a rug. It really is a very warm coat, but not heavy. Because it's down, it's very, very light. So I'm very happy with it. I didn't waste money on it. As I think I mentioned recently, I found it in Winners for about $100 one day, and I went, whoa. I normally wouldn't buy a brown coat, but you know something? For that price, I need to buy a brown coat, because that will last me a long time and be very effective. And it has lasted me a long time, and I've never regretted buying it. I've been down in -12 with it on and been quite cozy, thank you. That's I think -12 is -12 in both languages. I could be wrong, but I think so. So anyway, good stuff. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. We had some extra broadcasts this weekend, which made it fun. We got to meet Nadine this weekend, which also made it fun. And we got to celebrate our 500,000 views this weekend. And we did it with a little toga party. That was the broadcast people, the core group of people. Let's dress in togas. I go, okay, fine. That's what you want to do. And so we all hauled out sheets and made a plan. And those of us that wanted to. And one of the things I really like is whether we do the makeup or whether we do the toga or whatever, it's always a case of join in if you want to. But if you don't, that's also okay. Because you will be amusing those that... I look at it that those that bother to dress up or want to dress up, amuse the other people. So it's always fun. Or for those that want to try putting makeup on, will amuse those that would rather watch people mess it up than do it themselves. So it's a really good fun, and it's one of the things I love about the broadcast people. They've always got such a great sense of fun. Now, because life sucks sometimes, I also need to mention that this weekend somebody conned us. Somebody told us a very sad story, and we all bought into it, and we found out later they weren't who they said they were, which makes us also, of course, doubt everything else that they had said. So it was very, very sad. But as I said to the people on the broadcast that were affected by it, it's about life. I don't think you can do what we do on the World Wide Web without meeting some very strange people along the way. So, I look at it and go, this is really sad to me, but it is what it is. And we just have to learn to go, okay, fine. and not let it affect what we do. And that was the message I really wanted to send to all the viewers, which was, don't let one bad apple in the barrel, affect us all. The fact that we've got some strange people who get their jollies out of pulling at people's emotional heartstrings is very sad, and I feel sorry for them, quite honestly. And 99% of me prays for their happiness in some way, because obviously they're not happy people, that they feel it necessary to manipulate to that degree to get attention. And then there's that one part of me that I must admit is not perfect, that would seriously like to have a conversation with these people. But I'm going to let that go. And I am just so grateful, and this is the point that I want to make. I'm really so grateful for the people that are regular viewers, that are good people, that are people who care about other people, that genuinely will spend the time to support others when they're in a tough position. I'm thinking about, people like Erin, whose friend is very sick at the moment, fighting for her life, I believe. And I look at Louisiana Laurie, who is really struggling in her family because there was some layoffs in her hometown, and it affected a lot of families in different ways, and one of them a very sad way. So, you look at it and you go, we are, all of us, grateful for what we have, and try to do what we can to support those that are going through a tough time. And when you've got a network of people as we do, that's pretty much every weekend somebody's going through something. And that's perhaps not totally true, because that would make it sound like we have a downer every weekend, which we don't. We actually laugh a great deal. And the other thing I was really sad about was that I never ever want anybody to think that they can't tell us what's going on, because it will bring the room down. We are not there primarily to be a fun group. There are other channels for that. We're there primarily to be there for people who are going through a tough time. That's the whole reason we started it. So I just want to remind people about that. Water level's really high under the bridge here today. So I think we can officially say it's winter now. I've got the coat on. I don't care what the date is. It's officially winter now. And the other thing I wanted to say was that I do actually now have a heater that works. I didn't realize it. The reason I was so cold for the last few weeks is because my heater wasn't working the way it's meant to. So I'm not quite sure how I was getting any heat at all. I was getting some heat, but I'm not sure from where. But now I've got heat, and it feels completely different. It's very pleasant. I'd recommend it, in fact. So I thought you'd like to know that we're up to 505,000 already. That is quite amazing. Views, that is. And one of the questions I asked the viewers was, how long did they think it would take us to get to, 575, for example. And I said I thought it would probably take us a year. And they all sort of scoffed at me and said, no, they reckon we'd be at 1 million within a year. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if that is true. And, sometimes I have to listen to my viewers more than I listen to myself, because I would love to think that we'll be at 1 million views in a year, because that'll mean we will have helped so many more people. Yay! Which is our primary function. We like that. very sad. Somebody had a little discussion with another car. I was just trying to work out how I'm going to fit everything in this week because, as you all probably know, I'm getting very excited. I'm going down to Benji and Judy's for the Thanksgiving weekend, or part of it at least, and so I am very, very excited to be doing that. I'm hoping I've got to talk to the family to find out exactly what's going on because I may need to leave work early on Thursday because if the board is bad, I'll never make it for dinner. So I've got to make sure I've got enough space in there to be caught up at the border for a couple of hours if necessary. And still make it for dinner. So that's why I have to find out what time's dinner. And then hopefully negotiate with work. And if work say no, then I'll just have to let them know and save me some dinner. And it's the Thanksgiving weekend and I will enjoy it just as much. It was a discussion that I was having on the broadcast, which is that sometimes, we need to let go of the fact that it has to be on that day, whatever it is. And we found, for example, in my household, that everybody's so busy at Christmas Day that we don't even try. We sort of let everybody go and do what they need to do over the sort of the heady days of Christmas. And then about a week later, we have our family, little household, if you like, a little household Christmas. And it's much more fun. And most of the gifts come from the dollar store. You know what I mean? We do really fun, creative things without spending a whole lot of money, but we do it with a lot of love, if I can put it that way. And it's amazing, actually, the things that you can get. I can remember one year, I just watching a guy with a bike. I'm really quite concerned. I don't know why he looks like he's looking for trouble almost. He keeps cycling and then looking behind him. Really weird. I've never seen anybody do that. And he's cycling in a cycle lane, so there's no reason. Anyway, he just looks very strange. He caught my attention because he was bouncing his way across a very, very busy intersection in Russia. And when I say bouncing his way, literally bouncing his bike, which was a strange thing to be doing. Oh well, never mind. So my thought for the day, obviously, would have to be thanks. And I say that because I think that we would never have got to 500,000 views without the love and support of the viewers, obviously, but also the ongoing support of the broadcast viewers. That, for those of you who don't know, we do broadcasts a few times a week. Normally, probably not this week because I'll be away, but we do broadcasts a few times a week, and we have a core group of viewers that get together and we laugh a lot. We certainly laughed a lot yesterday, that's for sure. And so I cannot thank people enough. And I know that that they understand that I do appreciate what they do. And I in turn know they appreciate what I do. So that's, it's a very synergistic type feeling. And I'm very grateful for that for both ways. So I want to say that I also give thanks for the fact that we get great understanding, when stupid things happen like they happened this weekend, that we've got enough of us who can support one another. And some people were really angry again because of it. It's happened before, and I'm pretty sure it's probably the same people, but I can't be 100% sure. But it's just like, luckily, we just go, okay, move on. And I am delighted that so many people now are able to just take a deep breath and say, enough, move on. Yep, I'm not the only one out with a winter coat on today. I'm just looking, seeing people and going, yeah, I'm not the only one that's cold. I would say that if we can all remember to give thanks for the small things, that we will all be a lot better off. And I say that because I know we are in the Christmas season already, to be honest. Or we will be after this weekend, I guess, for the States. Canadians, we're already in it because we've had our Thanksgiving. And I know not everybody enjoys it. And I know there's some people that are going, how can you not enjoy Christmas? Well, I understand why people cannot enjoy Christmas. And I believe that it is a real challenge for some people. And so what we do is to try and just make it as enjoyable as possible for those that don't enjoy it. Not to make it a big financial burden on anybody, not to make it too much of anything. Let's put it that way. So remember to give thanks regularly, every day. Remember that every time you get really bent out of shape, as we did this weekend, to stop and go, wait a minute, this is not all people, this is one idiot. Or in our case, two idiots. So let's not play that game. Let's not judge the world by a couple of stupid people. And one of the things that I said to the viewers was, if you can, on a world scale, you need to understand that this is what's happening in France. A few really strange people did some really nasty things, and we can't judge all people by it. It's just not fair. But it does mean, without a doubt, and I'm realistic enough to realize that probably going through the border will take longer, because there will be heightened checks at the borders for even us here in Canada. There'll be heightened everything, so the delay will be much greater. So quite honestly, that's why I want to talk to the family, because if they are flexible about the meal, not doing it necessarily on that day, I might go down very early in the morning on Friday or something. That's the best time to go through the border. It's an amazing difference. And it doesn't really matter, because you can stop and have breakfast along the way and do things like that, and not rush in any way. We'll see. All right, everybody, so give thanks. Give it a lot of thanks. And if you possibly can, pray for the idiots because they obviously need our support. For all of you who are hurting this week, if we don't know about it, we can't support you. But feel the love anyway. And for those of you who we know about, people hopefully will be there for you. And quite honestly, if you need to talk to people, let me know. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and we'll try and get you safe people to talk to. No, quite a few viewers were talking about anxiety again, and it is the time of the year when people are feeling anxious. So I am aware. Have a wonderful day, everybody. It's Dear Mama Sal saying bye-bye for now.